Chandler.
6:30 CHED.
Coming in loud and clear now. Where are you calling from, Judy? Huh?
Two Hills.
Two Hills. Why are you laughing?
Nothing.
Two Hills. No kidding. Where's Two Hills? I mean, is it close to Three Hills or Calgary or what was it close to? Huh?
Vegreville.
It's out by Vegreville?
Yep.
Why do they call it Two Hills?
I don't know.
Well, no, there's got to be a reason why they call it Two Hills. I mean, are there two hills there or what?
I don't know. I never saw Two Hills.
You've never seen Two Hills? You're kidding. Oh, so do you live in the town or do you live in the country?
Country.
You're on a farm?
Mm-hmm.
No kidding. Are you calling me from the farmhouse right now?
Uh-huh.
What do you got to do this morning, Judy? Do you have to go out and feed the chickens or anything?
No.
You don't feed the chickens?
No.
Who feeds the chickens?
Someone else in the house.
What do you do?
House cleaning.
You house clean.
Mhm.
You look after the inside and you got somebody to look after the outside, huh?
Yep.
Thanks a lot for calling, Judy. Have yourself a nice day, all right?
Okay.
Say hi to everybody in Two Hills and surrounding area. Bye-bye.
6:30 CHED than to any other radio station between Toronto and Vancouver. Now, I'm proud of that. I'm proud of this great group down here at CHED who have earned your approval. Kids, thank you.
You're welcome.
And certainly, first and foremost, I'm grateful to all of you who have once again named us your favorite radio station. We love you madly. And listen, stay tuned, because we're just getting warmed up.
All right, easy now. Stay humble, Gerald boy. Watch your pacemaker now. 27 minutes past 10. Well, he's pretty happy. We're all pretty happy with what happened yesterday. And it just makes things go a little smoother, that's all. Because if you ain't got them, things get a little tough. You got them, everybody relaxes and has a good time. So I hope you continue to have a good time with us. And Jerry, that took about 10 years off his life. I was talking to him earlier. He's going to the Aurora Arabian Horse Show this afternoon. I think he knew a long time ago was in love with an old Arab, I think, or so. I don't know. He's starting a whole brand new life. He's in his fourth childhood. It's at 1 o'clock if you want to see him. He's out there at the Caledonian farm, which is about 2 miles south. You'll see a sign on Highway 2. And it's outstanding. I understand there's about 400 there. Just look over the horses last night. That's where he's going. He was just phoning me a little while ago. Said he just finished a nice article this morning in the Senior Citizens Monthly magazine entitled "What to Look For in Buying a Respirator."
Your wedding day.
5 hours and maybe I'm starting to choke up. It is now just over an hour till I jump on the scales at the Court Club and find out if I have lost my 15 in the month of April. Or do I pay? My thumb's getting a little shaky here in the last hour on the wagon. Just kidding, of course. This feels like $1 million.
Pop into the warehouse.
I always thought they were interested in things like the swine flu, and we were hoping this Saturday may get some sun this afternoon and hopefully a high of 15. Right now downtown, though, it's 6 CHED degrees. I'm Randy Kilburn on 6:30 CHED, where Alberta hears the news. Now here's more music with Wes Montgomery.
Keep on playing. 6:30 CHED.
I'll play that funky music. We rattle off the top 75 from 1976 on 6:30 CHED.
The Rollerdrome Disco.
Yeah, I tell you what, 24 minutes before noon, here's a young lady going to appear at the Speakeasy over the Point After in our city before too long.
Oh, let's go to the races every time.
How can you thank us, Jer? I'll tell you. Let me count the ways how you can thank us. You can start by next payday putting a little something extra in the pay envelope. You did that last week. Who wants a couple of donuts and a Ritz biscuit?
Each day went out just for you.
132 with Ken Connors and the Things We Do for Love. 6:30 CHED. Oh, beautiful weekend. Mainly sunny today and sunny tomorrow. 6:30 CHED. Coming up next, the number 15 song for Kansas.
Doing it for you. 6:30 CHED. Carry on my wayward son.
6:30 CHED. All right. Sir Duke, Stevie Wonder. Carter, number 12 song. We'll be coming up with number 11 song in just a moment. That's the song by Tula. I'll give you that hint right now.
Slowly breaking up, and officials feel it's going to drift out to sea. It's more like walking around that thousands of people will be doing tomorrow, Miles for Millions March. Walkers can start at the legislature as early as 6 o'clock in the morning. Ontario Premier William Davis didn't want his election to be as early as June the 9th, but he admits he had no real option and has to get a new mandate from the people. And we have sunshine in the city today with cloudy periods, moderate west winds, high this afternoon expected near 15, tomorrow sunny and warmer. In downtown Edmonton right now, a few clouds, it's 9 CHE degrees. I'm Clifford Oginski on 630 CHED, where Alberta hears the news. Now here's more music on the Top 40 Countdown with Ken Connors.
You can enter at 6316 104th Street, one of 4 Midas shops in the Edmonton area.
Summer's
All weekend long, 630 CHED is presenting the hits of 1976. You'll hear all your favorites, including the Starland Vocal Band,
gonna find my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna grab some afternoon delight.
Wild Cherry,
Play that fucking music, white boy.
Peter Frampton,
Baby, I love you every day.
Steve Miller,
Gonna take money and run.
Boz Skaggs, Four Seasons, Patsy Gallant, Fleetwood Mac, Bay City Rollers, and many more, including the Electric Light Orchestra. All weekend long, listen to CHED and the music of 1976. Couple minutes now after 5 o'clock with Ken Connors and the music from 1976 for little kids. So I know you're gonna like it. Rock and roll all night. New show.
For Monday, sunny and warm. In downtown Edmonton right now, a few clouds, it's 10 CHE degrees. It's 6:30. I'm Clifford Oginski on 630 CHED, where Alberta hears the news. Now here's more music with Barry Wall.
670 CHED, 1976 gold, summertime. BGs and you should be dancing. 25 to 7 o'clock and 10 CHE degrees. From TV International, this is the best disco in town. 423-1111 and 423-1120. Vote for your favorite song.
Hi, CHED Radio.
My favorite song is Don't Give Up on Us by David Crow.
Hotel California.
David Crow song. Hi, my number 1 song is when I Need You by Leo Sayer.
Time now, wouldn't you be?
It's 6 o'clock. Hi, Don Kennedy into your Thursday night. Keith James still a little bit under the weather, you understand. It's the Eagles starting out this hour with the music, singing about Hotel California.
CHED, the hottest station in this rock and roll nation.
1,000 young Canadians.
Pacemaker Automotive, the store that's always a step ahead of everyone else anyway, has taken another giant step forward. Pacemaker's main store at 8314 118th Avenue has decided to stay open till 9 every night of the week except Saturday. They'll let you in on super low prices on everything from wires to tires. If you're a biker, you can buy a hooker cycle tuner set up for below Pacemaker cost. You see, they thought they'd move when they brought them in, but now they have to clear them out. So drop into Pacemaker any night till 9 except Saturday and get in on the deal.
And now here's one of my favorites. Here's Dancing Queen. Everybody wants to know how long this gonna last. Well, it lasts about 3 minutes. Just about 3 minutes. 630 CHED, where the girls always say yes, and the Wolfman always plays the best.
Now, 60 years of experience brings you
Come and get
Safeway store. Pick up on Scotch Treat frozen hash browns. The 2-pound bag, 3 for 89 cents. And Safeway Canada A-grade beef. Boneless stewing beef, 99 cents a pound. Yeah, right. We're going to slide out pride into those good blue jeans with David Dundas on Super 630. When I wake up early. 6:30 CHED. 13 minutes away from 5 o'clock now. Good afternoon. It's Don Kennedy here with Blood, Sweat, and Tears on 1970 and hi-de-ho. That's what I've been saying all day today. I just realized that I went through the whole winter without getting one single solitary lousy cold. And I figured that the secret of my success has got to be that I went for a shot in the fall. And, as a matter of fact, I went for a shot every day. I tell you, that whiskey will drown those germs every time. With April 1, Mama, you won't dance with me. What happened? I failed the surge breath test or something?
Hey, have you been neglecting the...
Black sheep man.
The French jeans are now back in stock at all Black Sheep stores. Yeah, we're going for a little cruise all over the world. The Lisa Hart Band. CHED. 5 o'clock into your Thursday afternoon, and Don Kennedy is on the radio. It's my great pleasure to be with you while Bob McCord is vacationing down in Florida. Here's Glenn Campbell.
Southern nights. Stop this world from fighting.
All right, 6:30 CHED. Ah, yes indeed. Those southern nights, southern bells, something to behold under the starry skies. I can just see it right now. She's saying,
Glenn, honey, say something soft and mushy to me.
and Glenn says, mud. 21 CHE sunshiny degrees on your way home tonight. We'll get down to 2 overnight with a few clouds. Look out for more sunshine tomorrow with afternoon clouds and a high of 16. We're going back to 1974 right now with Paul McCartney and Wings. And the title tune from one of this reporter's opinion is Paul McCartney's best LP so far. Band on the Run. With Paul McCartney and Wings out of 1974. The song is about a group of musicians who went on a fad diet of bran muffins and prune juice. It's called Band on the Run.
Ready for your first radios?
Available at the K-Tel display at Woolco Department Stores, Woolworths, Zellers, Met Stores, Sam the Record Man, A&A, Mr. Sound, Upper Sound, Tamlin, Stedman's, and Link Hardware. Also at the Bay, Woodward, Sears Retail, and Eaton's.
Listen, you gotta make this just a super Thursday for Betty Smith, the switchboard operator at Love Sets Limited. She's the Chet Good gal for today, that's why. Rod Stewart, the first cut.
I would have come to me.
6:30 CHED in Edmonton, where the first cut's hit the deepest for Rod Stewart. But during Secretary's Week, it's the last cut that is the deepest around Edmonton. I'll tell you that because while during our Secretary's Week here, we've been asking from the Super 630 secretaries to write us little poems about their bosses, telling us every lousy, rotten thing about them, and ending it off with sit on it, being the general idea behind it, okay? And we've been getting some incredible ones, and I got one that I'm going to be reading between now and 6 o'clock tonight, so you hang in there for that.
A little touch of sunshine, a kiss of morning dew. Nature puts them all together, and Safeway brings them all to you.
This week at Safeway, pick up on Busy Baker plain or salted soda biscuits. The 907-gram package, just $1.19 each. And Safeway Canada A-grade beef, boneless sirloin steak is just $1.79 a pound. It's 17 minutes after 5 o'clock now. You're cruising home with Don Kennedy on the radio and a brand new song for Ronnie Abramson. Your love gets me around.
Usually we hear about utilities charging more money, but today the story is that Northwestern Utilities has to give its customers back some. Northwestern spokesman Jerry Monague says they've got 2 weeks to figure out how to refund the $630,000 in excess revenue and decide who will get it. I'm C.R. Nichols. It's now 21 degrees at 5:20. A renewed effort to cut down on burglaries in the city and help police identify stolen property. The Federation of Edmonton Community Leagues are joining police in promoting Operation Identification. Now, Don Northcott says the idea is to mark your valuables with an electric pen.
It's not a damaging process.
Police Chief Bob Lunny says this has been tried before, of course, with limited success.
We now have
38 of the 110 city community leagues are already joined up. Back east, the Prime Minister warning Quebec to ease off on the dominance of French in its language legislation. Pierre says unless changes are made, the legislation could curtail some federal programs in that province. Jean-Luc Pepin resigning as chairman of the Anti-Inflation Board today. He'll be succeeded by Atlantic Representative Harold Renniff. 3 attempts were made today to cap that oil well blowout in the North Sea, and all 3 attempts failed. Experts now say they don't know when or how another attempt will be made to stop the daily flow of millions of gallons of oil into the North Sea. The Fred Fisher murder trial continues at the courthouse.
Mounties were on the stand this afternoon explaining the questions they asked Fred Fisher and how he answered. The first was on the highway between Barhead and Westlock, when they asked him where he threw away the spent shotgun shell. Mounties say he told them it was close to Barhead. Then they asked him how he could drink beer and fire a shotgun at the same time. And the Mounties say Fisher answered, "No problem," like this, indicating he held the bottle in his left hand with his left arm held across the front of his body. He then laid the shotgun across his left forearm for support. According to the RCMP, Fisher says he went behind the church near the school and fired his shotgun into the school parking lot, where he knew there were boys and girls gathered. The trial should conclude tomorrow. At the courthouse, Bob Layton.
Fisher is accused in the shooting of Barhead graduate Marjorie Teamstra last May. CHED News time is now coming up to 5:23. The Miles for Millions set to go next Sunday. Organizers say a lot of pledge cards are going out this year, but as to whether that spells success or not, they'll just have to wait and see. Kids in St. Albert are waiting for adults to lend them a hand. St. Albert community worker Kelly Daniels says the teeners there have already collected $3,000 to renovate a building into a teen center, but they're having problems getting adult supervisors.
There's been an adult support committee. I don't know, the kids are really having a tough time getting the adults out.
The adults would be asked to contribute one Friday or Saturday night every 2 months. They've got a water shortage on their hands in Vegreville. Mayor Larry Ruptash says a $500 fine will be imposed on anyone washing their cars or watering their lawns while the emergency is on. Seems the warm winter has left the reservoir supplies very low.
Our concern is it'll all freeze and then you just cannot pick any up.
In town, Mayor Kavanaugh says he expects no shortage of water this spring in the city. And as for that taste in the city water the past couple of days.
Sure, in my water.
Stateside, an American college student who claimed he was blackmailed into spying for the Soviet Union has been found guilty on 8 counts of espionage and conspiracy. Sentence for 23-year-old Christopher Boyce has not yet been handed down. Remember the Mountie killed in Red Deer after trying to stop a truck during an investigation into an incident at the Red Deer shopping center? Well, the man who was originally charged with murder in that incident was in Red Deer court today on a reduced charge of criminally negligence causing death, and 28-year-old Stanley Gordon Hicks has been released on his own undertaking. The prosecutor telling the court Hicks had been drinking following a family problem on the day the Mountie died. He's been released on condition that he stay away from liquor, that he refrain from entering bars. He was also asked to turn in any firearms he might have. Out in Victoria, police chasing a stolen car found it parked outside a suburban home. Young fellow inside said he didn't steal it, though. Said he got a lift from another guy, and the other guy took off when he saw the police coming. Fair enough, said the police. Where did the other guy pick you up? At a party, was the answer. Where was the party? Round the corner, came the reply. Can you show us? Asked the officer. Oh, certainly, said the kid, and he showed them a house around the block. Are you sure it was that house? Asked the officer. Positive. Impossible, said the officer. A policeman lives there and he's on duty. Well, his kids had the party and they didn't tell him. I don't have any children, replied Officer Doug Oakley. You see, it's my house. CHED pays cash for news plus $1,000 for the hottest news tip of the year. When you see it happen, dial 424-NEWS.
We're gonna do whatever's right for you. We're gonna do whatever's right for you. At Northgate Pontiac, we're gonna do what's right. We're gonna do whatever's right. Do whatever's right. Do whatever's right for you.
Team Canada had the day off today at the World Hockey Championship in Vienna. They see action again tomorrow against the West Germans. In today's action, Sweden demolished the United States 9-0. The Soviets dumped Czechoslovakia 6-1, so both the Swedes and the Soviets keep their records intact, now sitting at 5 wins and no losses. Indianapolis Racers coach Jacques Demers is hoping the return of team captain Hugh Harries will help spark the club in its uphill struggle against the Quebec Nordique. The Nordique lead their best-of-7 World Hockey Association semifinal 2-0 with the third game slated for tonight in Indianapolis. Harris was the club's leading scorer until a knee injury sidelined him midway through the season. Tonight's other WHA semifinal, Houston Aeros coach Bill Dineen suggests the Aeros can't afford to drop another game to the Winnipeg Jets in Houston. The Jets won the opening game of their best-of-7 encounter Tuesday. Dineen says one of the key factors to beating the Jets is keep out of the penalty box. New York Islanders will try again to improve. The Montreal Canadiens aren't invincible. The Islanders trail their best-of-7 Stanley Cup semifinal series 2-0, with Game 3 slated for tonight in Uniondale, New York. Islanders general manager Bill Torrey says the Canadiens aren't doing anything different than his team except winning. He says the problem is the Islanders aren't as confident offensively as they are defensively. The other semifinal, the Philadelphia Flyers visit the Boston Bruins for Game 3 of their best-of-7 series. The Bruins admittedly surprised even themselves by winning the first 2 games in Philadelphia. Baseball action this afternoon in the American League. Seattle got by Minnesota 4-3. In the National League, it was San Diego 3, San Francisco 1. Senior high school soccer play, O'Leary 9, East Glen nothing. Austin O'Brien 10, St. Francis nothing. Lizard 3, McDonald nothing. St. Mary's 2, Louis Saint Laurent nothing. Victoria 3, Queen Elizabeth 1. J.H. Picard 1, Bonnie Doon nothing. St. Joe's 6, Ross Shep 1, Harry Ainley 8, and J.P. nothing. Heavyweight champ Muhammad Ali is in hiding and training for his upcoming title fight against unknown Alfredo Evangelista, a fight that Ali says he'll win, but a fight that he is taking seriously enough to say that he does have to get ready. He called me from his training camp the other day. We had a chance to talk about the upcoming fight between Dwayne Bobbick and Ken Norton. That comes up in just a couple of weeks' time. What does Ali think about Bobbick?
So good right hope, and he'll have a chance to meet the great champion Muhammad Ali.
Well, Canadian snooker champ Cliff Thorburn is tied with former world champion John Spencer of Britain as the World Snooker Championship got underway today in Sheffield, England. Thorburn rallied late in today's play to tie Spicer 6-6. The final consists of 49 frames. I'm Stan Ravendahl. That's your sport report on 6:30 CHED.
You're the one. At McDonald's, we do it all for you.
Now open on Calgary Trail. Low-cost automatic transmissions. How about low cost?
Few clouds tonight with low 0 to 3. Cloudy and cooler tomorrow with a high 11 to 13. Right now in downtown Edmonton, 21 CHED degrees. It's 5:32. I'm C.R. Nichols.
Good afternoon. This is Eddie Keene. I was out driving last night, and with the flowers of spring apparently comes the car urge. You know, the used car lots are buzzing, young and old, trading up or just getting into a car for the first time. Well, friends, there are good used cars, and then watch out. Just this week in a Calgary courtroom, a Montreal used car wholesaler, that's a guy who buys used cars in the East by the trainload and then ships them out here. Well, this used car wholesaler testified that he's been convicted 101 times of turning back speedometers. A mechanic who works for this guy says he's been turning back speedos for 14 years, makes his living at it. This mechanic says that often he's had to turn speedos ahead because the used car dealers his boss bought the cars from for shipment to the West already had turned them back, and sometimes turned them back too far. Like, let's face it, a 1973 with 22,000 miles on it really had to be driven by a little old lady in a wheelchair. And so we should be afraid of two things when buying Eastern cars: rolled back speedos, and second, demon rust. Now, those boys down east are sharp. They can patch rust holes in a car with more junk than you can imagine. Tar, old rags, maybe even maple syrup, who knows? You won't know until you hit a bump or leave your car in the sun someday and half of it falls off. Well, so you are wary about Eastern cars, and some used car dealers in town know you should be wary about Eastern cars. So now at least one dealer in town will tell you that his cars aren't from the East, and he'll produce a bill of sale showing they come from Vancouver. Well, again, move cautiously, friends. The bill may say the car comes from Vancouver, and maybe the car does come from Vancouver. But one dealer in town is having his Montreal cars shipped to Vancouver first, then to Edmonton. He gets a bill of sale in Vancouver showing that's where he bought the car, but they really came from the East. probably with speedos turned back and rags in the rust ruts. So what's the Keen Commando tip to save you from disaster on a used car lot? Well, most important, take your time. Look carefully, listen carefully, ask lots of questions, and don't be rushed into a deal. If you miss the car you're looking at, there'll be many more. In fact, at this very moment, that Montreal mechanic is back home, turning back speedos and patching up rust, readying the next shipment for the suckers out west. Good afternoon.
Why didn't I talk to Eddie Keene a long time ago before I bought my car? Mechanic told me if it was a horse, it'd be shot. It's 25 minutes before 6. Tribute to Duke Ellington, Sir Duke with Stevie Wonder.